Don Lemon.
Yeah. Like the sour taste he left in CNN's mouth.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, Don Lemon. Don Lemon was fired by CNN, and Tucker Carlson
was fired by Fox. Yeah.
The news that I'm finding out around the Tucker Carlson situation seems like it was a little bit more like they both were kind of at wit's end with each other, like the network and Tucker, because Tucker,
which one of these guys is the black guy? Don Lemon is the black guy, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, so we'll backtrack.
Yeah, Tucker Carlson is what? Because I know what happened. They just got fired for no reason, or what is going on here?
So Don Lemon's situation is that he's been being mad misogynistic and sexist, like on the air.
That can't be why Fox fired him.
It's CNN. That's Don Lemon is the black guy. Lemon is the black guy.
Oh, okay.
So Don Lemon was fired from CNN because he's like being sexist, misogynist, and all kinds of other stuff. And upon reading like all the headlines related to Don Lemon, it was like also he was accused and being sued by a bartender in the Hamptons for apparently sexually assaulting him.
Oh,
and I was like,
yeah, there you go. Because I'm not gonna lie,
I don't know how long ago that was, or like what, but that was just one of many headlines that I saw. I don't see
CNN firing him over being misogynistic.
More recently, I don't see it.
No, I don't see it.
All right, I
guess
that's fair.
But here's my thing. Here's my thing. Like, CNN is not letting this guy just go on the air unprepared. Like, they really don't know what he's going to talk about.
That was another reason that they cited was diva-like behavior.
I'm just saying, he's been on there for like a decade almost.
Yeah, but that doesn't give you the right to, like, you don't run the place.
Listen,
that's like the whole point.
Okay, that's fine, but he's also the highest rated news reporter right now. Like, he has everything going for him. Like, this guy's like, he's him. Like, in the news world right now, you wouldn't look past this guy. And based on CNN's record and what CNN like promotes and what they do, they're not gonna fire this guy because he's rude to women or because he hates women. I don't think they would do that, but I do think it's like
good optics.
The sexual assault thing could be like there's no coming back from that. You know what I mean?
Hey, I think that in the world that we're currently living in, it would not be past a news company to fire somebody for A, being a douche, and B, also being sexist.
I just feel like CNN's been known about this for too long for it to be now like, oh, what? He doesn't like women when you know what I mean?
But 10 years of evidence, like, yeah, sure, they may not have done it before, but at least like I'm on the side of CNN's decision.
And I'm not saying Don Lemon is not misogynist. I'm not defending this guy at all. I just want to know if that really is why him and CNN parted ways, or if there's like a bigger reason behind it. You know what I mean?
Unless somebody wants to spill the tea, we're never gonna know.
I guess, yeah.
All I can do is take it at the presentation of evidence.
Because when I look up Don Lemon, all I hear about him is the fun drunk news reporter on New Year's Eve dancing around with his. You know what I mean?
Hey, but again, that's the part that we see.
Yeah.
And like once the camera's cut off.
You saying we're not at the Hamptons?
Nah, we're not in the Hamptons, bro. He's the fun drunk news reporter until the camera's cut off, and then he's the intimidating drunk news reporter, and you're like,
we're not at the Hamptons.
Yeah, not in the Hamptons.
But no, that was crazy. And here's what because I guess this kind of goes back to the whole BuzzFeed thing. Do we think this is, because they've done something unforgivable in the court of public opinion, especially? Or do we think CNN and Fox are just going a different direction? Like, do we think, news as a whole is changing? And
I think it's more the direction thing. Because like we were talking about before, it's a cultural shift.
Yeah.
And so like things like Judge Judy, judge shows, like daytime television watchers
I'm
are
not
not
gonna
actually
lie.
watching those
Not
anymore.
hating and not wanting anyone's career to not be fruitful. I think the show should have ended a while ago.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Shows are
Judge Judy
dumb.
was like 89 years old the whole time.
But no, I agree. I do think it is a shift in culture. I'm hoping it's a shift in culture because I would hope that these people aren't out here just terrorizing the regular people. You know what I mean?
And so we'll trace back to Tucker Carlson's reason for being fired as well. It's basically the same thing. Sexism and creating a hostile work environment. So, like, it's one of those things, right, in journalism and in news that everyone's always been like, this is a hostile work environment. Like, that's just what it is. But with the changes in culture, you can't have it be that way anymore because motherfuckers will strike.
Yeah,
Like, they just won't come to work then, and all of them won't.
Yeah.
Like, you really can't. You can't be threatening them.
It
Like,
used
they
to be a
are your
thing where-
they are your entire livelihood.
It used to be a thing where that didn't work, and now that's the only thing that does work, and everyone's
Yep.
doing it.
And
Look at the French, bro.
everyone's
They're
doing
burning
it.
everything down.
Man, speaking of which, I think I was gonna bring this up later. But or no, it was just something we talked about off camera. But it's just like the writing strike going on in Hollywood. It's like we got some of the best news reporters on both sides, whether it's like being progressive or being whatever Tucker Carlson actually is. And then you have like the new format for how everybody gets their information.
Yeah.
So like podcasts, like I am honestly willing to bet $100 that Don Lemon and Tucker Carlson end up with podcasts after this.
Or just their own platform. I don't know if it'll be podcasting necessarily, but I definitely agree that these guys are not going to stop making money just because they got fired by these news platforms.
Yeah, no.
Like they're definitely
And-
going to come off and start doing. Because I'm sure they're going to have people following them wherever they go, looking for their next move and all sorts of stuff. So.
Yeah, they said Tucker Carlson's spot is already tanked. Like nobody's watching that shit now.
Oh,
Yeah.
well.
And
Hey, but-
that's funny to me, but
Listen, we also know there are farms out there that, you know, once you become in a certain reputation, they throw your name in the pile and you just get unlimited views. So I'm sure,
Yeah.
again, if they did really do something they can't come back from, then bots got turned off.
I'm dead.
Like, bro, no, you cannot be found anywhere. Sorry.
And here's the thing. We'll have to wait and see
Mm-hmm.
the fallout of this because I'd love to see new newscasters.
Yeah.
Like actual young people that
Mm-hmm.
are knowledgeable and aware and informed. And that's why I get my news from somewhere else. Because everybody who's doing news is like 47 and spouting nonsense because they're appealing to people who are 63. And I'm like,
And like nonsense.
yeah, and like nonsense. Like I don't need any of that. Like
Not
I
to be
listen
ageist.
not to be ageist.
You know what I mean?
But I listen to very directed news.
Also, I just want to say this once because I don't want to keep being on the air trying to defend my positions. We're not here to hurt anyone's feelings. We love everybody. Moving forward, if a joke lands, a joke lands. Sorry.
Sorry. The
This
only
is
apology
a
you'll get.
universal apology for all previous episodes and all further episodes. The jokes are flying.
That one's a clip.